Morning, all Nimby here. This morning we're going to be doing up some Christmas nymphs. Don't have any specific pattern, just going to be winging it with some Christmas colors and having some fun this morning. Hey Funder, haven't seen you in a bit, mate. Good to have you. I think I should probably throw some lead on this. It already has a heavy weighted bead, but oh, it's all good, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully you and your family have a wonderful Christmas, eh? So let's do our thread base first here, and then I'll... actually, let's get a lid on there first. Changing my mind here. Like I said, no real plan, just got a whack of Christmas colored stuff around, and I'm just gonna whip some stuff together. Yeah, same with me. It's right at that point where it's like thawing and freezing and thawing and freezing, so it's like I can't cast. And then it just froze up again. So it's like I can't ice fish because the ice isn't ready yet. Ugh. That annoying area. Just gonna throw a little bit of lead wraps on here, mostly just to help pin that bead in place. Boop. Dang, that hook sharp. There we go. Yeah, I can either go down lower in the valley and fish the rivers, which are still open. But that's kind of it right now. Even if I go, I can't really go much higher in elevation. Thank you. I'm sure we will. We're pretty much all set. Just gonna see. I don't want to go too far back. I just want a bit of that curve in there. That's probably enough. I'm using a 6-aught. Yep, a 6-aught red uni, just to be festive-y. Switch out to some red. Yeah, we're just gonna make a little thread bump back here. Okay, so we got our lead tied in. We got a thread base. Well, since Funder's in here, what do you think, Funder? You want red or green tail bites? Because like I said, I'm just winging it. Got red, we got green. Yeah, we went from like -18 to +18 within like a week. It was pretty nuts for temperature change differences. Went from being like bitter cold to not bitter cold. It's a good red. That's pretty good red. What do you think, mate? You want red or green? Yeah, that's the idea. I'll do the opposite for the legs. You okay with red for the tail then? And we'll go with green for the leg bites. And maybe I'll switch it up for the next one. Oh, buddy, not in the mood for you this morning. There we go. I should have thrown in my Christmas jams. Do I still have that on my playlist here? One second. I'll do it tomorrow. Just trying to find some nice, thick boys. Those ones look pretty good. Yeah, just gonna measure them out length of the body, give or take. Yeah, definitely not the easiest time of year to do fishing streams, that is for sure. I know Mike MPB's been suffering with the weather there too. But picked me up a Starlink Mini, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get some more fishing streams going this year. Because the vast majority of places I fish do not have anywhere close to cell service. The only place I can really do that is the lower valley and the rivers and stuff like that, where there's still some cell service. Morning, Ewas. Good to have you in, mate. We're just doing some just random, crazy whatever. Ewas is great at giving me random, crazy ideas. So feel free to throw them out today. We're just going to do some kind of off-the-wall Christmas-colored nymphs. I just got a whack of Christmas-colored materials. I'm going to try and stick with nymphs today. We'll probably go to maybe some dry flies or wet flies tomorrow. But yeah, you got any suggestions, just shoot them out in the chat there and we'll see what we can work in. Otherwise, I'll just keep going with whatever pops in my head. Okay, so we got our tails tied in. Those actually V'd out pretty nicely. I'm quite happy with those. Nice and even. So let's back that up here. So we'll probably start our thorax like right about here. I want a huge thorax on it. Let's do a wire body. I haven't done a wire body in a while. Alright, so we got some green. Oh, come on, man, don't let me down. Like I said, I'm just going to keep going at it. There's no right or wrong here. We're just messing around with material. So we got uni small in red and green, and we're going to whip those together. Yeah, I think I've seen the same one. I was thinking of doing that too. Just I like spinning deer hair. It's just, God, it's messy. But yeah, maybe I'll work that into my stream in the next bit here. Yeah, doing like some Christmas colored bass poppers or something would be kind of fun. Okay, so we're gonna do like an alternating green and red. If I can manage to get this to play ball here. Yeah, that's fun. That's definitely a fun thing to do in the winter. There's a few of them on. Likely probably saw the same one you did though. Thanks to the almighty algorithms, they tend to feed us the same stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna get a couple tight wraps on that so it doesn't budge, and then we'll, since we're doing a wire here, I'm going to even this body out a bit. We'll build up a little bit of a increase up to the thorax spot here. Nothing crazy, I just want a very slight and deliberate taper. And then I'll burnish this because we are doing a wire wrap. Morning guys, good to have you in. Jack Pepper's in. Okay, I think I'm going to, yeah, let's just do a half hitch and then I'll use the rotary to wrap this. Probably make my life a lot easier. But since we did a green tail, I think I'm going to do some, or sorry, since we did a red tail, I'm going to do some green. Oh, dude, what are you jumping way over there for? Come on now. Okay, I'll do one more then. It's not where I wanted it to fall. Well, neither was that, but that's okay. That's just to stop my thread from bopping around as we're doing the rotary. Yeah, if the fly tying gods are in our favor, this should wrap with the green and red segmented. I should be using like a brassy wire or a medium for this, but this is what I got, so that's what we're using. Yeah, if you use a brassy or a medium, it's gonna lay a lot nicer. But this will give us kind of a cool, hopefully a cool segment. Oh God! Sorry, nailed that hook point really bad. Come on, Nimby, keep it together. Okay, now it's spreading out on me. One second. Let's back that up a couple turns. I want this to be somewhat tight. I probably should have burnished that before I wrapped it. Thanks. Yeah, it's just your average scud hook. Was this in a size 8, I believe? I think it was a size 8. Well, I didn't really get as red and green as I was hoping it would. Even though it is like bright red and green wire. Oh well. Live and learn. Like I said, we're just playing around. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you have like a brassy sized wire, the contrast will stand out a lot better. So this is definitely on the thin side. But I don't have that size or that color in larger wire. So we work with what we got. But maybe for the next one I'll use like a tinsel or we'll go somewhere different. Actually, I probably don't want to cut that with my good scissors. One second. It doesn't look horrible. It definitely doesn't have that red and green banding like I was really expecting, but it has a cool look to it. It's very buggy. Alright, so we're gonna have to tie in some kind of thorax cap. So we're gonna choose from green or red. See what we got in here. Oh, hey, Jack Pepper, you can pick a color for me. We got red or green for thorax. I can either do with like Swiss straw or fabric banding, got some red. I want to go with green, but totally up to you. So we can alternate the colors a bit. What do you think, mate? Or he was, or whoever's paying attention, feel free to chime in. Green. Okay, there we go. Alright, if we're going to do green, I think we'll use the swish straw. It's a nice, like, Christmas tree green. I already actually have a little piece cut for it, so yay for small miracles. Yeah, I'll go with green, and then I'll do green, we'll do green biots. No worries, Funder. Give my best to your family, eh? Hopefully you guys have a great Christmas. Yeah, I got a few little pieces already cut from this. We're just using this green Swiss straw, dark olive. It's a nice kind of iridescent Christmas tree green. Oh, you're fishing right now? Way to go, he was. All good, mate. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys too, eh? Okay, so nothing terribly crazy special. We're just going to tie this guy in right here. Yeah, I haven't tied on one of these for a bit. That's why I grabbed them. I could definitely do this on just a regular, like, nymph hook. But, like I said, I haven't tied on it in a bit, so decided, why not? Let's get that. That's why they call it fishing. Okay, I like that. That'll work. That's a nice color green, eh? I'm probably going to have to work up some thread here by this bead, but I don't want to overdo it. I might be overdoing it. Yeah, I can tell I'm getting wound up here. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll go with like a two or three prong leg here. We'll go with green. Yeah, don't it? Sorry, I kind of just have a mountain of stuff here, so I'm not 100% prepared like I normally am. I'll try and get like a Christmas tree green one out of here. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yeah, that kind of matches their top cap. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter, but I mean, it's close enough. Okay. That's a nice green, actually. I like that. Yeah, that'll work. It's not like a buggy green. I'm looking for that kind of more commercial Christmas colors, you know? All that fly my tie material you end up in your kit that you just don't end up using because it's not quite buggy enough. A little too processed. But it's going to work out great today. Oh, got one too many there. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll go with like a 4-biot leg. Like 2 4-biots and then 2 aft biots. And I want it down, maybe about like right there. Yeah, that'll do. And then we'll get some dubbing in the thorax section here after. Yeah, I'll do that. Beauty. Okay. Gonna be a bright boy. Come on, buddy. Stay. There we go. Oh, my vice didn't want to hold the position on. Did I tie that in or out? I did tie it in. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go in with this one too then. Hey, Muddy. Good to have you in, mate. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Oh no. Well, that's exactly why I pulled out 3 bites by accident, so I could drop one in my trash can. Good times. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, always good to have you in, buddy. Yeah, be careful. That hook point is wicked sharp. It's caught me a couple times already. Which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Trying to get this one to buck down just a bit more. Well, they don't have to be perfect, but we're just trying to get them somewhat even. Yeah, I gotta pull that one out just a bit more. Thought I had them pretty close. There we go, that'll work. We'll just tie the mess down to give us a little more body. It'll also help us hold the bead in place there too. Cool, that's gonna look nice with that green sticking out. I like that, that'll be good. I wish I had some kind of like gold flaky dubbing. I don't really have anything like that handy. That would be kind of fun to tie into. There you go, Muddy. I'll mod it up. I'm not sure why I didn't do that before. I thought you were already modded. Okay, so we're gonna get some body fuzz on that. Let me get my dubbing box here. At least the one I got handy. What do we got? Christmassy color. I don't really have a Christmassy color, do I? Let's do some, I can do a mohair wrap. Okay, so we got a good bit of red. Ah, here we go. We could do... I got some like red with some tinsel stuff in it. That's interesting. was gonna do dubbing, but I think we'll just do a wrap here. Yeah, that's pretty Christmassy. Not sure what else I'd use it for anyway, so I don't think I've used it before. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that for thorax wrap. For kicks and giggles. I think it's a poly. Did I bother marking it? No, I didn't bother marking it. But that'll do. I'm gonna tie it in and then retwist it. My tinsel kind of untied itself, so. Come on, buddy, don't be a poo. There we go. Get it back far enough without interrupting those legs. Yeah, it's going to be a little on the tight side. I think that'll work though. And we'll get some forelegs tied in there. This will add just like a little whiff of flash in there. Thinking that'll look nice. So we're going to find out. It's definitely a nice, like, bright red Christmas color. I want kind of a nice bulbous point there. I'm going to leave that gap right by the bead, so I got some room to do a thread wrap and tie in those last two biots. It looks good for my side. What about your guys? Well, I guess we didn't get as much of that. I don't know. Well, it does shine through. Yeah, it does make a nice sparkle. I was expecting it to look more segmented, but it still has a lot of shine to it, so that's cool. That'll actually probably work well. I'm gonna throw these in my ice fishing box. That'll be fun. If we get some ice, it'll come. It's just late this year. There we go. Yeah, that turned out better than I was expecting, to be honest. Alright, so we need 2 more green biots. And I could do, depends on how crazy I want to go, I could do some flash out the side too. Might not want to go too overboard on the first one. So we're just going to do those 2. Here, see if I can spread them out for you guys a little bit. You get the idea though. 2 green biots. We'll tie those in on either side. We had some nice ice. I was really excited. It was nice and hard because we got down to -18. And the ice was forming real nice and safe, which is the important part. And then we got up to +18, and it just, like, within 2 days, it was poof, gone, open water. It looked like springtime. I wanted to actually do, like, a little time-lapse video or something. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I like that. I normally do, like, 3 or well, 6, but 3 per side legs for these kind of nymphs, but this way it should give it a little bit more of a color contrast. They just look a little different. Hey Dustin, good to see you, mate. Merry Christmas to you and your family, eh? Oh, good. That's what we like to hear. Really cool. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna pull these guys back and just do a wrap here. I'm getting a little thick on this neck, but I think we'll be okay. I was worried I wouldn't be thick enough, but I'm just doing random Christmas colored whatever. We're just having fun today. So I got like a wire wrapped body. But yeah, I got no plan. I'm just throwing together Christmas colored material. She's looking cool so far. I'm happy with her. Hey Yoshi, good to have you in. Merry Christmas, mate. Yeah, I do a lot of release and catch and release when it comes to this time of year because, yeah, it's cold. Although that is beneficial if you're going to keep it and eat it because, you know, you're not going to spoil. So there's that too. Generally I like to fish shallow, so like 7 to 10 feet. Some of the best fish I've got has actually been super shallow, like 2 to 3 feet. Okay, I'm wondering if I should pull back, make a little ridge. Just gonna do that and see what we look like here. That'll also make it more durable. How are we looking on your guys' side? Yeah, okay. Cool, I think that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna actually get a whip finish in here. 80 feet, wow, buddy. I don't even know if I carry that much line on my rod most times. Yeah, a little bit robust on the collar here, but gotta remind myself I'm tying with 6/0, so it's a little bit thicker. Okay, that'll do. We're gonna clean this collar up anyway. Dude, that's a cool little nip. Yeah, let's do a straight cut right here. There you go. Okay. Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. That definitely was not what was in my head when we started, but that is neat. Okay, this is gonna darken the thread up here, but I want to make sure it's got a nice solid collar on it. I'll try and be a little lighter on the wraps and the collar next time. I'd call it a nymph, because it's got it's fully formed nymph, right? So I want to put just a whiff of Sally Hansen's on that top there. Helps to hold the... Thank you. Yeah, especially since I was kind of just winging it. I wasn't really sure what we're going to end up with. Yeah, those biots sure pop nice. I like that. That turned out real well. I'm happy with that guy. They got some flash in the body here in the thorax there too. Kind of wish I had a little bit more flash. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. My little dudes didn't pop up. Here we go. There you go. If everyone says hi, you'll get a little dude. Just gotta say something in chat and it'll fill it in for you. There's a Christmas nymph tied on a size 8 scud hook. We used some red biots for the tail, some red and green small size ultra wire for the body, wrapped up to thorax with some red, this is poly yarn, some green Swiss straw, and some green biots for the legs, with a brass bead on the top. She's also weighted with some lead wire. That's a cool little thing. I'm excited to try that ice fishing. That'll probably nail stuff. Those color combos are great. Look at that thing. I think so, yeah. I'm really happy with how that guy turned out. I think that's gonna get some fish. I was just expecting to make something colorful and pretty and, Christmassy, but that guy's cool. Even all the biots turned out real nice. Sure. Oh, you're totally doing it wrong. Yeah, 100%. They're obviously correct in every way, shape, and form. Whatever it is you're doing is 100% incorrect. You gotta remember, we're in a hobby where we tie random materials of dead animals onto metal hooks to imitate or not imitate bugs that may or may not catch a fish. So yes, there's absolutely no wrong way to tie a fly. You can literally just tie a bare hook onto your line, call it a fly, throw it in, and get lucky because it's shiny. And that's fly fishing. Yeah, there's absolutely no wrong way to do it. We all have our own we all have our own styles. That's what makes this hobby great too, right? But yeah, it's attitudes like the person that was saying that to you that well, I guess upsets me for yeah, upsets me for a lack of a better way to say it. Because yeah, a huge part of this hobby is just the enjoyment of it. And if you're enjoying what you're doing, that's 95% of the way there. Who cares if any of your flies ever get wet? That is not the point. I mean, there's people that tie with just natural materials. There's people that tie with, actually, let's switch it up here. We'll do, we'll do a silver bead. Same size hook, silver instead of golden bead. We'll try and stay. We'll try and do something a little different. Okay, I gotta think out of the box here a bit. Yeah. I'm not fly tying wrong. Your face is wrong. That is a great argument. Okay, actually, sorry. Let's start over here. I'm gonna throw some weight on it. Not because it needs weight. This is not a weighted bead though. This is just a hollow silver bead. But this helps hold the bead in place. But yeah, Yoshi, you absolutely know that there is absolutely no right or wrong way to tie a fly. Now, if you're tying a very specific fly, the creator of that fly could tell you, hey, you're doing it wrong, but they would even be wrong because it's your version of that fly, not theirs. And even that creator that's tying that fly, every time he ties it, it's going to be slightly different, just ever so slightly different. Even if he's paying all of his attention to being yeah. You gotta remember, there's people in this hobby too that never fish their flies, ever. Right? You don't necessarily even have to be a fisherman to enjoy this hobby. I've talked to some fly tiers that don't even tie fishing flies. Like there's several channels out here that all they do is tie ornamental stuff. So they none of their flies even have hooks on the end. They'll tie them for hat pins or tie pins, or they'll do some really cool like hand forged hooks that are all beautifully bent in Damascus and everything. And that's their jam. And like it doesn't even have a sharp point on it, so it's never going to catch a fish. Does that make it not a good fly? Absolutely not. It's beautiful. And that person put all that effort into making that, and it brought them happiness. Yeah, earrings. Yeah, I've seen lots of people do different, really cool and interesting things. And more power to them. Let's switch it up. I'm gonna do a green tail instead of red. We could do the same fly just in reverse colors. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like, obviously, someone's not going to say something like that if they know what they're talking about. And it's like, you know, I can't tie my flies to look exactly like Vilgrim's flies or Brian's flies or anyone else's because I'm not them. I don't tie the same. And it doesn't mean that one's better than the other. It just means they're different. And that's what makes it cool because the only way to get their flies is to get their flies. We all have things that we suffer with and things that we excel at. Yeah, no worries, mate. You know where to find us. That's very true. I was actually I didn't even look up and I could tell it was something Stardust had said. Because he always has the best ethical advice. And I'm very thankful for your input there, Dusted. But I didn't even need to look up to see that was you. Okay, let's go with, one second here. I might have some, well, you know what? We'll do the same thing we did with the other fly. We'll just reverse the colors. So I got a matching one on each. Yeah, Dusted's got his head on straight. You're just a good, cool guy altogether, man. There you go. Well, it's an honor and pleasure to have you. It really is. Ugh, my crazy cat's all rolling around in my fly tying stuff. She's slightly upset at me because I made a bit of a mess this morning trying to get all the Christmas color stuff out. Yeah, we'll do the same thing we did last time. I'll just reverse the colors. Just so, you know, no real reason I could do a completely different fly, but I like the look of that last one. I'd like a matching one in reverse. And then we'll move on to something else crazy. I'm just gonna do half hitch, hold that guy in there. Yeah, one other thing that gets me, Yoshi, that's on that kind of spectrum of things. Not that I get a lot of, or much any trolls coming in here, because I really don't. But I see it on other people's channels. And especially when they're what's the word I'm looking for now? Critiquing your videos and your live streams or your tie-in or whatever, and it's like, how many videos do you got, mate? Like, how often are you on here doing that? And the answer is probably never when it's those type of people. So if you're putting in the work and you're sharing your passion with someone else on a platform like this, you're already putting in the work. You're doing the thing. They don't have the moral high ground to stand on. Hey, Robert, I was wondering if you'd stop in, mate. Merry Christmas to you and your family, eh? Yeah, I was expecting this wire to really have a more pronounced look than it does, but still cool looking. That's even worse, but you know, at least if you're online and they don't have any videos and you do, you got that angle to go with, but I'm sorry that happened to you, man. But like Dustin said, a lot of times when people are that way, it's because they have past trauma that's making them into that type of person, which is unfortunate for them. Hopefully they'll seek help and get some, let it go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Dustin's really right there. So when I started tying when I was younger, I got a lot of that. Like, I got a lot of... It's all good. It's just a practice thing, eh? Jigs are a wonderful size for people to start learning on, though. Like, it's just big enough, especially if you got eye problems. It's just big enough that everything's a little easier with your fingers. But it's not too big that it's being cumbersome. Trying to remember if I tied in... Did I tie in the top first? Yeah, you deserve it, man. You've been putting the work in. You deserve to have a bit of a break. Let's go with, yeah, I mean, oh gosh, jeez. Especially with mop flies. If you're gonna critique something, why are you critiquing a mop fly? It's like the epitome of the not correct fly, you know? That's really super ironic. Don't mean to laugh at Yoshi, it's just ironic that he would critique a mop fly. Because if anything, like, the mop fly is like the epitome of personal attribution in your tying, right? Everyone's mop fly looks like a mop fly. Wow, this is all tangled on me. 1 second, I'm gonna try and find the working end here somewhere. I think it's up here. Jeez, I just need like a little chunk and I got like all this spaghetti going on. Okay, let's cut you off a little piece. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's get this back in the package before I hurt myself. We could do a body wrap with this too, actually. That would probably look pretty cool. And then do like maybe some tinsel up, segmentate it with some tinsel. That might look cool. We'll play with that in the next pattern here. I'll do more like a grub body nymph. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too transparent and it'll still show red. Yeah, 100% Rob. Yeah, that honestly, as far as what I do, like with the filming and the live streaming and getting over that trying to get the shiny side up. I don't think it's this side here. That's a huge part of it, is just getting over the I'm not good enough, or however you want to term it. Yeah, and the thing with mop flies, like, people make all sorts of fun of them, and San Juan worms, and like there's gobs of patterns that people make fun of, but the funny thing is, like, if you're gonna pick a fly to make fun of, pick one that doesn't work, you know, because mop flies work. Like, they really do. And so do San Juan worms, like all those kind of, you know, that they have a thing about them, right? People make fun of them for whatever reason. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Yoshi. I'm sorry that happened to you, mate. And it's things like that. I know I probably told this story on here at some point before, but when I was learning to tie, I was 8 years old, and I was absolutely just gobsmacked and enthralled with my tying mentor, which was Mo Bradley. And he had a local TV show and did pretty much what I'm doing, where he'd just sit down for a couple hours a night, take calls over a phone, like literally a rotary phone. I'm dating myself with that, but yep. I used to sit there and watch him on my little black and white TV and tie with him every weekend. And I was terrified to call into him. You know, I'm just a kid. But eventually got up the nerve to call him and ask questions. And I always asked some kind of, I tried to make it a good question. But you know, I'm 8, so not all of them were. But anyway, longer story shorter, he was doing fly tying classes. And I really, 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 really wanted to go to the fly tying classes. So I phoned up and just, you know, asked him, hey, can I join your fly tying class? Oh, and this is live TV, right? Back in the 80s. And he's like, absolutely not. There's no way I'm going to let you, because, you know, I've called him maybe half a dozen times at this point, kind of figured he might know who I was. And I've seen him in person. We actually lived pretty close together. And he's like, yeah, they're going to take out Dustin's kneecaps. But yeah, he said, absolutely not. I can't do his fly tying class because he's not going to teach anyone under 10. That's his line. He's not going to pass it. He's not going to change his mind. Even though I was, you know, a pretty substantial, well, at least in my mind, I was a decent tyer at that point. But nope, it just crushed my little heart. And it also lit a fire under my butt. So I'm like, well, forget, you know, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to tie every fly that you tie on this show, and I'm going to learn, and when I'm 10, I'm going to rock that class. Like, it just lit a little fire under my young little butt. And not only did I tie everything that he tied every weekend religiously for the 2 years, but I started selling my own flies. Yeah, but it was like that guy meant the world to me. Like, he was my mentor. And to have him just be like, nope, you're too young. I was just like, you know, it just destroyed my little heart. And he had no idea. I mean, he was just he's running a business, right? And for him, like, yeah, the average 8-year-old probably doesn't have the attention span to sit there and, you know, tie with a class of a bunch of other people and not interrupt everything. So I get, you know, now that I'm older, I totally get where he was coming from. And he wasn't doing it rudely or anything at all. But in my little mind, it just crushed me. But, yeah, persevered. And I started going around my neighborhood. Oh, here, actually. Story time, since we're doing story time. Ugh, come on, open you. There we go. So, special thing for a little Christmas kind of live stream. Ugh, it's dust. It's been up there a while. I keep it here just to remind me of where I came from and how far I've come. So these are some of my first flies. This was actually a sale order that I tied up when I was probably about 10 or 11. And they're all kind of kinked and old and everything now, but These are all the flies I was selling and tying. Hopefully you guys can see it without me dropping them everywhere. But the flies don't matter too much because, you know, this is where you come from, right? But the more important part is... sorry, one second. I just don't want to drop these all over the floor. There. So, I used to actually sit there with a typewriter and type out, again, aging myself, a little thank you for my flies, and I'd wrap them and sell them in these little film canisters. Again, aging myself because we don't have film canisters anymore. But yeah, I went around and I put up things on telephone poles and sold my flies to all the neighborhood fishermen. And when I finally did take his course, I ended up taking 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I keep this on my tying bench just to remind myself, like, this is where we all start, right? And again, this is several years after I actually started, but this is when I was like, you know, actually tying. And yeah, it just helps me remind me that we all start in that spot. And we're all terrified, and we're all scared, and we always judge ourselves. And I still do. Everyone does. Sorry, I'm gonna get these tied and got sidetracked with the story there. But hopefully that gives you and Robert a little bit of something to think about, that it doesn't matter who you're talking to in any of those fly shops. Every one of them started off filling a film canister and being really absolutely terrified that what they were tying was junk. Every one of them, I guarantee you. None of them were 100% confident in what they were producing. And it took a while, and eventually they got better. And then they ended up opening a fly shop or working at a fly shop or whatever. You know? So. Yeah. So, yeah, whenever you're feeling down and you're just like, you know, I don't want to post that because, like, I crowded the head and my thread went over the edge, or whatever your issue is. My hackle broke. God, that never happens to me, right? It's not about the problems and the little issues that we run into. It's how we resolve those that matters. And your ability to find those little mistakes and overcome them, that's what makes you, in my opinion, that's what makes you a good tyer. If you're just tying the same pattern 6,000 times, anyone's going to get better at it, right? Oh, I should wrap the... Did I wrap? I don't remember what... One second. I don't remember if I wrapped that first. I did. Okay, well, we'll get the thorax done in first. I'll need to find some green. 1 second here. I have green Fentex. Yeah, you know, that might work. I have green Fentex. Yeah, and change it as you go, right? Let's see, I'm trying to match the... You know, that's probably the right green. That's probably the right green. These work a treat. If you guys want to organize your stuff, like these kind of, I don't even know, punch card, whatevers. Because I love thrifting and finding yarns and threads and whatnot, you know? And these make it so easy to organize your stuff. Because then I'll write on it. Oh, that's horrible writing. It kind of blurred, but here you can see F. Yes, that is an F for Fentex, and then B for bulk. So I know that this is Fentex and it's bulk. I have a bigger roll of this somewhere else. So if I run out of this little roll, I can go to my dresser full of fly tying material and I can find my bulk version of this. And then I don't have to have like a whole bunch of big things of yarn taking up a ton of space. I'm going to cut off a chunk of this because we're probably going to use this for a couple flies. Yeah, that's a great organizational tip. Oh no, 1 second. didn't cut it quite right and I pulled the strand out. You can see the strand there. That's not good. Try and fix it. It's like floss. If you get a strand off on it, it's a nightmare to try and get it back together. And I say that as it just kind of went back together on me. Okay, either way. I'm going to try and separate this. This should be a 2-strander. Yeah, it looks like it is. The more modern stuff is 2-stranded, and then maybe it's 3. It's hard to tell. I think this is 2-strand. Okay, we're not wrapping a lot, so I'm going to strip this down. But it's like floss. If you get one of these, and every once in a while on Fentex, like you see this middle part there, they actually slightly melt it together as part of the packing process. So it's hard to pull past that point. So the best thing you can do is just kind of keep both ends tight together and then just pull it, and you're going to make a mess, or pull it slowly. But then once, as long as you kept the top together, you should be able to straighten it back out like that. So it's a lot like working with floss. But the fibers are incredibly durable once you get it tied in. So it's worth the effort, in my opinion. Really cool stuff. One of my favorite materials. Don't see people using it as often as I would like. Well, we're going to get this tied in here. Then we'll get the front buyouts in and call it good. Get about 3 wraps in. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you look at anyone that's been doing this for any length of time, like, even look at Brian's first videos, right? I don't even know if he has them up still, but I know at one point he had his original videos up, and we all start from somewhere, and the more you do, the better you're gonna get. I'm just gonna throw 1/2 hitch in here because I don't want that to come undone. Just one, and I just want that out of my way so I can wrap. I wonder, should I throw? Yeah, we'll do that here. Of course, after I throw my 1/2 hitch in, I change my mind. Just because the other one had that little bit of red flash in it, so I'm gonna throw just a strand of this kind of green peacock in there, and that'll hopefully kind of imitate what we had in the other one. There we go. And like, to me, like that's what I like watching these channels for, is that watching that improvement that people have. And to be honest, Brian's one of the, as far as tires go, yeah, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Yeah, Brian's not tooting his horn, you know, on purpose or anything, but it just, to be honest, he is one of the fastest learning tires I've seen, like just by bar none. He and I think a lot of it has to do with his background in tattooing, because it's very similar kind of hand movements and attention to detail, and wow, it really kind of okay, I'm gonna have to, I was gonna double this up, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because I kind of wrecked this part here, got all buggered. Okay, well, you're gonna have to just single wrap it, I guess. Yeah, so I got sidetracked again. Out of all the fly tires I've seen that decided to do the YouTube thing so you can actually see their progression, he has gotten better faster than any. And like, you look at like Craft, I can tell just by his videos and the way he was tying, he wasn't confident when he first started out, right? But now he's like, if you want, go and join one of his live streams or whatever, he's thoroughly enjoying himself in the live streams. He's way more comfortable, and it comes with time, right? Like you just got to do it. You just got to bite the bullet and get it done. If you're not enjoying it, then why are you even bothering doing it? Like, there's so many other things you can do with your time. But I thoroughly enjoy this. I like hanging out with you guys. Hey, Travel Trout. So I got a little side tangent there, but I think that's important. Because if we're not supporting each other's, efforts in advancing in this, then what's the point of being here, really? Okay, now I'm gonna try and give it like a little wrap with. Okay, I really mucked that up, didn't I? Okay, we're gonna counter wrap so it doesn't hopefully sink in as bad. I have no idea if this is gonna even be visible, but the other one had a little bit of flash in it, so. Buddy, come on now. And I just want that. Just a hint of flash on there. Just like that other one. This one will probably have more flash because I'm actually being mindful with it. The other one was just wrapped into the yarn. Yeah, I really pulled too hard on that and wrecked that, didn't I? Well, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I mean, I know I've talked to you about that before, Dusted, but I don't understand people's mentality that way. I really don't. It's like, this isn't a competition. It's not like, even if you get up to like, yeah. I mean, even if you get to like Davey McPhail's level or whatever, it's like, you're never done. There's no finish line. Like, you're not gonna wake up one day and be like, hey, I won fly tying, and you get an award or something. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, I feel that there's a lot of, I guess it's jealousy, for lack of a better way to put it, right? Oh, my cat is going bonkers. Need to get her some catnip. There we go. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the green one better or the red one. Hey Doug, good to have you in, mate. Merry Christmas to you and your family, eh? Sorry, I'm just fussing with my biots here. 1 second. Right with you guys. Yeah, you've been really helpful, I can tell, with Brian, with getting his channel organized and everything. All the mods there, you put in a lot of work. I know he's really appreciative of all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull these guys back. I'll do one at a time here. No, is Robert back? Welcome back, mate. Now look at all the little animals we got in the bottom today. That makes me happy. I'm gonna have to do some editing on my little stream app and put some new animals in and randomize it a bit. Add some new features and whatnot. Okay, there we go. We got that in. Dude, that red looks cool. This like ruby kind of blood red is always like a favorite for me with fishing stuff. Ever since I was a kid, I always thought like if I had to pick one color over another, it's that's the color. Ah. Okay, cool. No worries, mate. You don't have to be all talkity if you don't want to be. It's all good. I feel like I didn't really get that the way I wanted to. This side looks good though. That is a benefit and a downside, is having the camera showing you both sides. I might have to redo that. 1 second. It's just not. It looks great on my side. It's cupped nice and good. Just this side it's not. Hey Maddie. Just doing up some random weird Christmas nymphs for the heck of it today. Good to have you in. Merry Christmas to you and yours across the pond. Oh, come on. Did I get it? I really want this cap to look proper. That's a little better. I still like this side better, but it doesn't look bad, so we're gonna run with it. Okay, so I got 2 wraps there. I am gonna pull it back like the other. Even though this is a different material, it's not gonna really sit and lay the same. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna fuss with this for a second. Okay, I think I got it where I want it. Ooh, that's so close to having my thread slip though. I'm gonna tie this off before I cut that. I don't really trust it, to be honest. Stay. Sorry guys, I'll get on my hellos in a second here. I just gotta concentrate on this one. I wanna get these thread wraps in there nice and tight on the right side. There we go. Beauty. That makes me happy. Okay. Now don't fall apart while I'm cutting you. How far did I cut the last one? Is that a full cut? Yeah, it's full cut. Okay. I think I made the thorax a hair bigger on this one. Beauty. Okay, that's cool. I like that. It doesn't have the same, do I have any red? I might have some red Swiss straw. I got red raffia. No, we've all been there, man. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna get those the back leg biots are kind of a little bit crushed in, so I'm gonna try and lift them up just a hair here, if it'll let me. I want them to be out from the body just a whiff, like that. Again, being fussy, but you know, want the two to match. Beauty. Okay, that's much better. There we go. Wow, cat. Jeez. I got hair stuck on there? Probably. Yeah, dusted is the goat. What is wrong with you two? Yeah, if you haven't subbed to Maddie there, Dustin, definitely do that. I thoroughly enjoy his streams. You will too. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna throw a little bit of Sally Hansen's on the top there. I find it just, when it hardens nice, it really protects that thorax cap a little better. Just a whiff. It'll blend in with the head cement, because the head cement has a lot of acetone in it. It'll help it to get into the thread wraps. And yeah, just want to do just the top there. I don't need to do the whole thing. Cool. I will join you when you get to that point. I'll be probably starting work, so I won't be chatty, but I'll be there. My dog bumped my camera. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to do my spin and spiel while we let that dry. Okay, there's our second Christmas nymph. This was tied on a size 8 scud hook. We did green turkey biots for the tail. We did green and red wire for the body in size small ultra wire. We did a green Fentex thorax with red goose biots for the legs up front, and a little bit of green flash kind of tied into underneath the thorax there, just give it a little bit of sparkle like the other, and a red thorax cap of Scudbacker stretch in red with a silver metal bead for the head. Fun little thing. There's his friend in reverse coloration. Not sure which one I like better, to be honest. I might like the first one better. It's hard to tell. Let's see which one catches more fish. Just get them beside each other so we can... There we go. Yeah, just a fun little thing, right? No real plan or anything. There we are. Whew, didn't realize it was 10 o'clock already. Okay, I'm gonna cut out then and I'll get myself some breakfast. I gotta get ready for work and all that. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Got 2 little Christmassy nymphs on there. Thanks for hanging out with me all. Pleasure to have you all in. See you later, Maddie. Later, Dusted. Ewaz. Yoshi, Bay Fishing. Robert from Trout John, of course. Actually, I've been cutting off the tops because the tops get really, really chewed up. But I could use some more corks. Doug Fisher. I get everyone. Who else did I miss? Oh, Thunder was in here earlier. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. You guys all have a great weekend. I'll still be on during Christmas, but if I don't see you, you all have a wonderful holiday with your families, eh?